My name is Jessica Nelson, and I'm a real estate agent who's been actively selling homes for over 10 years. Today is June 18th, 2025, and obviously there has been a shift in the market. This video is for you if you are attempting to sell your home or if you are a listing agent who's having difficulty getting homes sold or doing deals in today's market. So what's going on right now? Well, the cost of money has gone up. Just 4 years ago, you could purchase a home with a 3% loan. Today, the average loan is 6.5% to 7%. That means the cost of borrowing money has doubled in a short period of time. Additional to that, we have an increase in inventory. While inventory goes up and the cost of money goes up, what happens to prices? It creates downward pressure on pricing. This is why you as a seller, you probably can't understand why your neighbor who just sold 1 year ago has a home that's not nearly as nice as yours. It's older than yours, and for some reason your home is sitting on the market unsold at a lower price. You're feeling frustrated. You don't understand what's going on. Is it your realtor? Is it your neighborhood? Is something wrong with your house? No, it's none of that. What's happened is a shift in the marketplace, and it's happened fairly quietly to where people are suddenly realizing, oh my goodness, have prices gone down? Yes, they have. Whether you're in New Jersey, Texas, North Carolina, wherever you are likely experiencing this if you're a home seller. So this video is created to help you to figure out your next move. You purchased your home in 2022, 23, 24. Your job is relocating you, or maybe you lost your job. Maybe you just need to move for a life change, whether that's getting married, whatever it is. Unfortunately, your home is worth less today than what you purchased it for. Perhaps, if you're like some of the people I've met recently, a $400,000 mortgage on a home that can only be sold in today's market for, say, $350,000. Now, most people, they don't have $50,000 to take to the closing table. So what do? You're not stuck. And agents, you have to learn how to help clients in today's market. What are the options? So here's what we're doing to help sellers like you today. Here's one option. What is your interest rate? If your interest rate is below 5, if you're in the 4s and lower, which you might be, if you purchased a home from a builder or while the rates were lower, your rate might actually be very attractive. You can do something that's called a sub 2. A sub 2 means that someone else takes over your mortgage payments and you remain on the loan of the home, but you're no longer responsible for the property. Why is this better than renting the property is probably what you're thinking. It's better than renting because you don't have to worry about managing tenants, you don't have to worry about late night phone calls, and all of the expenses like landscaping, if you have a pool, HOA, taxes, insurance, all of those fees are taken care of by the sub 2 purchaser who takes over your payments. So this can be a great option if you have good credit and you want to keep your good credit, and if you have a good interest rate. In some cases, you might even be able to achieve a little bit of walkaway money. Walkaway money is money to help you with either going to rent another home or if you're going to have some other situation. Another option that we're seeing a lot of here in Texas is seller financing. Let's say your only option to sell this home because you actually have great equity in this property, but you need a certain amount for whatever reason, and that amount is just not achievable. You can offer your property via seller financing. Essentially what you're doing by doing that is you become almost like a builder. Why is new construction selling for so much more than resales? It's because builders are able to offer rate buy downs. If a home at $650 is purchased at 4%, it's much more affordable to the buyer, let's say a $400,000 home at an 8% mortgage. The other option you have to get your home sold for a price that you would feel comfortable with is considering seller financing. Now, if you're gonna take the route of seller financing, you have to understand what you're doing. If you are not fully savvy in this route, then what you can do is find a realtor who has done it before, because you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna need a third-party company to collect the monthly payments for you and manage that collection so it's done properly. You're gonna need an agent who really understands who is a good candidate for seller financing, because there are plenty of wildly successful people out there who actually are great candidates to buy a home, but for whatever reason, banks just aren't approving them, or banks are approving them at high rates. Who are those people? People with a lot of student debt who maybe make good money. People who started businesses and they're 1099. There are great candidates for seller financing out there if that's one of your only options. Now, another option I want to share with you, and this is kind of a last resort for people who you don't have a good interest rate on your home, you don't have a lot of equity in your property, and renting is just not an option. The last thing you can consider is something called a short sale. Our team has worked on many short sales recently. And one thing that we have learned by doing these for our clients is what exactly is a hardship. So I want to be very clear with you if you're considering a short sale. A hardship is not, I changed my mind, I don't like my house, and I don't want to live here anymore. A hardship is a financial reason why you have to move. So what do we see getting approved for a short sale? What do we see getting denied? What we see being approved for a short sale is job loss, job relocation, divorce, death, serious illness. These are reasons why a short sale will be approved. Reasons why a short sale won't be approved. If you make $120,000 a year, but you don't like the traffic to your job and you didn't expect it to be that bad, it won't be approved. The bank believes that you have the money to pay your loan, they will not approve it. What's some other reasons why short sales aren't approved? Because you don't like your roommate and you don't want to live there anymore. So if you want to get more information about which one of these categories you might fall into and how we could help you, go ahead and reach out to our team. We are doing a lot of very complicated situations for our sellers, so that you don't have to be stuck. You do have another option besides foreclosure, or if some of you are thinking about renting the property and perhaps, on top of the rent you're being paid, you still have to pay another $1,000 or $1,500 just to cover your monthly carry. There are better options than that for you. And if you're anywhere in the United States, we have partners throughout the US. We can help you anywhere. You do not have to be located solely in DFW.